Hey everyone, today we're gonna try some plant soup building. I already built this, but I thought it would be nice to show how I did some of these building tricks and actually then have a little time lapse of me building some new stuff. So first off we'll go to construction and just for now use the same theme as I was using, just to show you some neat tricks. Um, so let's say you have a wall which you very much want to decorate, right? Because that's almost what you want to do. You want it to look nice, so you decorate stuff. It's nice to know that you use this align to surface, which will make it, or like have it in the axis that already is, or you could click it on and then you will get it on the axis of your object you're placing it against. It's quite nice to know. This will also change your axis to move stuff up or down, which will now be in or out. It's built thing to know. But stuff like this will give you the opportunity to just easily place buildings on there. And it also gives you a nice point to keep stuff straight, because it's a big problem to, let's say you wanted to have this wall and put multiple things on here. And if you don't have this align to surface, it's sometimes hard to get it exactly right. And then if you start to build stuff in, you'll oftentimes see that you're always a little off. So stuff like that makes it nice to be able to line stuff to the surface and always be straight in that. Now this is not really a fine example because well, you don't really want it to look like so. Still, it's easier if you want to do long pieces like this, for example, and it will always be straight throughout your entire walls. Nice little building trick. But what you also have is, let's say you put down a lot of these things, and then you'll notice, even now you'll notice, like if I were to copy this all, which you do with your hold shift, and then you can select everything and you can just copy it. It's a nice thing to do. But you'll see that it's still, like, even if you have to align to surface, you can't even turn it on anymore. So now it's hard to actually place stuff on here. You'll see that you place it in, or just not the way you want it. Even if you like use this, it's still gonna be a little off. So what's nice to do at that point is, if you're selecting more stuff, just select a piece of wall with it. That way it will always stay in this area. So you can just delete this. That's fine. And you just select this whole entire thing. Select your wall with it, and it will all be the same. It's a nice little trick. Was a trick. Came in handy when I went to copy the entirety of this building. As if I would have to like start taking all these pieces and hope they would all stay straight once I would turn them around on the other side. Probably wouldn't be as nicely in there the way I wanted it, and then I had to put it again on this side, and then it's all kind of little stuff to make it just barely not fit, or be a little off. So what I did was just select everything in it and actually select this piece of wall, making it that everything is actually exactly the same on this side as it is on this side. So that could be of use if you want to use that. Yeah, really basic stuff. I know. I just kind of want to show off how I did build this. Really didn't want to go too far into it, because it was mostly just me going through this for like hours, being like, oh well, I could use this part, and then I just twist it a little bit and maybe put it right there, and then I put it on all sides. And I was like, well, not that big of a fan, and then removed everything and went looking again. So I don't want to show off all that stuff. Yeah, so it's just not that fun to look at. So I decided to actually build this off camera. Yeah, actually went over that. Probably not the best way for me to do it, but now I did kind of show it off. The next thing I actually wanted to make was some staff buildings, because I got the notification that I need staff buildings. So I want to try and do that. Next to me I have a book of the Forum Romanum. I'm making a Roman themed zoo because Rome had a lot of animals, and so a Roman themed zoo wouldn't be too far away from it, except that nothing died, which was kind of a Roman thing. Besides the point, I have a Roman book next to me with Roman architecture in it. I actually have 2 of them. So I thought I might look at some inspiration through these books and find some nice things to build. And at this point I have a picture of the old Forum Romanum, and I actually want to use one of the buildings that are on here and start making that for my zoo entrance. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna start building that. You'll see a time lapse from it, then I will talk over that and see what I'm doing. So see you guys then. So the building I was talking about building here is the Basilica Julia. It's a building on the sites of the Forum of ancient Rome. The building was actually dedicated by Julius Caesar on 46 BC. It was eventually completed by the first emperor Augustus. But besides the point, it was a building that was mostly dedicated to civil law, and so it functioned mostly as a courtroom, but also as a meetup place for a lot of Romans. I chose this building because I liked the look of it. I thought it would fit real nice at the sides of our entrance, so I thought that would be a good idea. The building was also used for shops, so to have some staff buildings in there wouldn't be too unlikely. Here you just see me completing some of the arches, which the building mostly consists of arches on the front side. Actually the sides too, but didn't fully put those in. Now we just see that I'm basically on all the staff buildings. At the end I will actually copy this entire building, so we have double staff buildings that we are in here. I'm just filling in those sides, which should actually be the arches too. I had to fill it up somehow and actually make it look like a whole building. I think in the second row, the second story, I do use those arches again. You see that's also kind of off the ground. This will also be fixed by having the plat actually slightly above the ground, because the silica itself in ancient time was also about 1 meter off the ground. So you kind of had to go up a staircase to get on there. Here you see me looking for building pieces again. The first floor is now done. We have this little space between there because we use the thicker wall pieces, which gives it a nice depth and an actual quite a Roman feeling. I don't think it's too far off from what I have here in front of me in my little booklet. We don't put in as many statues. I do find something else to put there. Here you see me actually putting those side pieces. Here I look back at my booklet and I was like, oh well, we have those sides arches too. So I wanted to implement that in some way, and I found that this kind of worked. And then I found these nice pieces, which actually gave it some sort of depth. This is sped up, I think, 600%, so doing this quite slowly. I have to say, it's quite a painful process. You just really, if you really want to play something right, and annoying. Yeah, you really see me just completing that. And I don't know if I can just copy it because it's way easier to do. Then see me like seeing if everything actually lines up properly, and does. So then I start placing them in. It's kind of a tedious process, but it makes it look better, I think. Personally. Here you see me just copying again, so it's just all lined up, and it's good with that. And then I decided, well, it would actually be nice to also have that depth on the lower side, so I just copy the entire thing and just delete all the other ones and just place these in. But then we actually do use walls at the back of all the arches. Should actually be open, but I don't really like the look of it all being open. start to finish off the second floor. Some simple decorations along the sides. Gonna have a quick sip of tea. Then the basilica also has the upper part is actually placed in. It also has some depth in the building, it's nice. It also has arches, yeah, it doesn't really have arches, more has windows. That's why these arches are smaller. I could probably gone for like some full walls between those arches, but I kinda like to look at this, so I kept this. Then I went to look for some red roof tiles, and then I went the Asian theme, I think this is. So those I actually use put those in, and then I use some more Asian theme just to make sure that the wood's nice. Yeah, just normal wood color. So it doesn't have the too pointy roof. It actually looks somewhat more connected. Simply fill that in. And yeah, I'm just now filling up all the open spaces in the everywhere, so it doesn't look too weird that you're looking into like an empty building. Just filling up the basic roofs here. Yeah, and then finishing up the roof. I think I'm mostly done. I just place in some more decoration. Let's see. Yeah, just finishing up, putting some more depth to it, making it look somewhat nicer. I think that's always a good rule. If you actually want to make something look nicer, using pieces that add some depth, I think really helps a lot in the building. And here I was like, well, I'm gonna need something for the statues, or no, this is where the part where I wanted some color in, because the Romans would actually paint a lot of their buildings, so some color would actually be nice. Here you might actually see me struggling a lot with placing these. I do think I used the copy method I talked about before. I don't, I really am an idiot. Yeah, I am an idiot, great. But yeah, you can see that the blue line is actually slightly off, so I couldn't use them all, or like put them through in a straight line. But then I actually started using this, and that actually was somewhat better. Then again, I didn't use any. Now I used a normal piece, like I should, standard piece that always moves in blocks, and actually it works really great for fixing this up. And I used it again here. And yeah, moving it. Yeah, in this moment on, I just used the copying method. So I just have red pillars, and I'm placing those pillars in here too. And at this point I actually learned to move all parts in one. I think I moved them slightly out, so I can actually place my pillars underneath there without them sticking out too much. Yeah, there we go. There you see me again, just not being able to line them up properly. And then I start copying again, just so I can place it in order. Way easier. See that we're almost at the end of the time lapse now. So, yeah, pretty much put that in, and I was like, well, yeah, I need some more things in there. Mostly statues I need in there. I think, yeah, I'm making a little ridge, which I saw. I don't know if I actually committed that. I don't. But yeah, then I start looking around for some order of statues. Didn't like those were too big. Most of those were all too big. And then I ended up with these spots. They aren't really too big, and they have a nice curvature to them, which I think looks better. And yeah, then it's done. So here you see me just having doubled it, and now I'm just putting in some paths. I did this by just first selecting the path tool and let it going out of one of the buildings, then selecting grid tool. By doing that, I could actually place a path at the desired height as I wanted it. So I just filled it up completely at this point, and and then you see that sometimes it doesn't connect to other places, so I will go past that later on. Here I just make a little staircase going down, and that will eventually be connected to the path. So here I just connected things that weren't connected yet, and now I just check everything, it's all connected. Then I have to do the other side, exact same manner of doing it, and just fixing all that up. I actually put a small part of staff path between those two panels because I didn't want people to get too close to the staff areas. I did that off camera and tried to hide it with some rocks. It looks absolutely terrible, but I shouldn't know. Yeah, so now I have some footage for you guys, and I'm gonna be signing off, so peace out everyone.